Hey guys, it's me, and today we are checking out some of the best new gadgets. Start off strong with the all-new Apple Vision Pro. This is not just another virtual reality headset. It's not even just an augmented reality headset. It's both at the same time. So this headset has 3 different modes. The first mode is called Vision Light mode, and that S, when you want to be more aware of your environment around you. This is because the headset uses the outer display to show your surroundings, so you can see what's going on around you. And then the inside display will show things like your notifications and stuff like that. Then there's Vision mode, which really immerses you into whatever it is that you're looking at. For example, if you're watching a movie or something, it'll completely immerse you in that content. And then finally, there's a third mode called Vision Pro, which basically allows you to have these floating windows of sorts. So you can have one window here showing you notifications and messages and whatnot. You can have another window here playing a movie. And then over here, I can have a third window where I can play games. So it's like I have 3 different screens going on. But all of this is done with just one screen. It's very crazy how this works. Obviously we're not supposed to use our phones while wearing this, but you actually can if you wanted to. There is no controller for this. It's all controlled with just your eyes and hands. So for example, if I want to select something over here, I just do that with my eyes. You can also pinch in like that to make things smaller or bigger. Again, it's all done with just your eyes and hands.
Ow.
So there's 5 sensors all around this headset that knows exactly what's going on around you. This headset also has an eyesight feature, which essentially projects whatever it is you're looking at right in front of you. So say you're looking at your notes, it'll project it right in front of you. Or say you're looking at your phone, it'll project that right in front of you. Battery life is pretty good. It's rated for about 2 hours, but that's without the wireless charger. With the wireless charger, it extends that battery life quite a bit. So now it's rated for up to 17 hours. Of course, price is always an issue, and this is not cheap by any means. It's $3,499, which is definitely a lot of money. But considering this is the first gen, I would expect this to go down in price quite a bit over the next few years. Overall, this is unlike anything I've ever experienced before. This is truly the future, and it's so wild how they were able to make this possible. Next up, check out this foldable smartphone. Now, this is not Samsung's latest foldable, although that is pretty cool too. But this right here is a foldable phone from a company called OnePlus. It's their first ever attempt at a foldable phone. It's called the Open Lit, and it looks super promising. Now, there's a few things I love about this phone. First of all, the fact that it's so compact, right? When it's closed up, it's the size of my wallet. I can easily put this in my pocket, in my bag, and it's not going to take up much space at all. So that's definitely a huge plus. Now, the second thing is just how thin it is. I mean, when you look at other foldables, they are quite thick. They're probably twice the thickness of this phone right here. And when you open this up, you get a nice big 6.5-inch display. It's an old display with a 120 Hz refresh rate. So everything is super smooth and snappy. The hinge on this is really impressive too. It's a water drop style hinge. So there's no gap between the displays when it is closed. That's one of the thinnest hinges I've seen on any foldable phone. Of course, it's super flexible too. You can bend it all the way back like that. You can also do this and use the camera that way. The cameras are pretty good. You have a 50 megapixel main sensor, along with an 8 megapixel ultra wide. And then there's a 16 megapixel selfie camera on the inside. Now, performance on this phone is also really good. It's powered by Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. They're using LPDDR5X RAM, which is the fastest RAM available. Of course, it does have 5G. Now, this is a global version of the phone, which is why it says international version, and it costs $1,499, which is pretty affordable for a foldable phone. If you ask me, I think OnePlus did a great job with their first ever foldable. Next up, we have a bunch of cool, eco-friendly gadgets. Let's start off with this solar power bank. This is called the Sun Jack, and it's the world's lightest solar generator, so it weighs less than half a pound. And this is thanks to the SunPaper technology. So instead of having those rigid solar panels, it's made with this material called SunPaper. It's basically a thin film solar cell. It's incredibly lightweight and portable. This comes in a few different sizes. You got the 3-in-1, which has a capacity of 3,350 milliamp hours, and then there's the larger 5-in-1, which has a capacity of 7,250 milliamp hours. Now this is great for camping, hiking, festivals, concerts, basically anywhere where you need some extra juice for your devices. So let's say you want to charge up your iPhone 15 Pro Max. You can do that with the USB-C cable. Let's say you want to charge up an Android phone. You can do that with the included USB-A cable. There's also a DC output port, which you can use to charge up things like a headlamp or something. And of course, there's a flashlight built into this as well. This has 3 different brightness levels, so you can use this as a regular flashlight. You can hang it up like this, or you can even wear it as a headlamp if you wanted to. Either way, this is a super cool device to have in your backpack, just in case you need it. Next up, we have this solar generator. This is called the Solar Bay, and this is the world's smallest and lightest solar generator. So this thing is only 8 inches thick, weighs only 15 pounds, and yet it has a massive capacity of 1260 watt-hours. It's literally half the weight and half the thickness of similar products on the market. Now this has a 300-watt AC inverter, so you can plug in devices up to 300 watts. Now this isn't meant to power things like refrigerators or air conditioners, but it can definitely power things like laptops and phones. Okay. This also has a 100-watt USB-C port, so you can charge up your MacBook Pro with this. You can also charge up multiple devices at the same time, and there are a bunch of ports to do just that. There's 2 USB-A ports. There's a DC port, and then there's another port for other accessories. On the top, we have some LEDs, so you can see how much power you have left. There's also a button right here, which you can use to turn on the flashlight. This has 3 different brightness levels, and you can use this as a flashlight if you want. But what's awesome about this is the fact that it's portable. You can easily bring this with you on hikes and trips and whatnot, and use it to charge up your devices. You can also pair this with the sun jack that we looked at earlier, and charge this up even faster. So if you're looking for a reliable and portable power source for outdoor adventures, this is definitely a great option. Next up, we have this gaming handheld. This is the Logitech G Cloud. This is not just a regular gaming handheld. It's actually a game console that supports both Android and Windows. So on the Android side of things, you can download games from places like the Google Play Store or even the Amazon App Store. And of course, you can stream games via NVIDIA GeForce. Now what I love about this is the fact that it's backwards compatible. So this supports Xbox 360 games, Xbox One games, all the way to modern-day Xbox Series X and S games. All you need to do is download the Xbox app, sign in with your Microsoft account, and you can start playing all your favorite Xbox games right away. Now this also supports Nintendo Switch games. So if you have a bunch of Nintendo Switch games sitting around, you can actually play them on this. All you need to do is download the Steam Link app, and then you can start playing those Switch games right away. What's even cooler is that you can play games via remote play. So say you have an Xbox Series X at home, you can remotely play that console from anywhere. As long as you have a good internet connection, you can play your favorite Xbox games on this device. Now this supports Bluetooth controllers, so you can connect your favorite Xbox controller or PlayStation controller and use it with this. Now this is a handheld after all, so it does have some controls built in. There's analog sticks on both sides, shoulder buttons, trigger buttons, a D-pad, and some face buttons. The screen on this is a 5-inch 108p display, and the resolution on this is 1000 to 480p, so it's a very sharp and crisp image. This is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 processor. It also has 5G, Wi-Fi 6, and Bluetooth 5.3. There's a 4000 mAh battery built, and which should last you around 12 hours. The only downside is the price. This is not cheap, coming in at $349. But again, this is a very versatile device. You can use this as a dedicated gaming handheld, or you can use it to remotely play your Xbox. Now next up, we have this projector. Now this is not just any ordinary projector. It has a built-in Raspberry Pi Pico. So this has a ton of sensors built into it. For example, it has a light sensor that detects how bright the room is. So you can adjust the brightness of the projection accordingly. It also has a distance sensor, so it knows how far away it is from the wall, so it can adjust the projection size accordingly. It also has a microphone, so you can control this with your voice. So you can tell it to make the movie louder, or you can tell it to pause the movie. The best part is that you can program it to do all sorts of things. So for example, you could program it to automatically dim the lights when the sun goes down. You can also use the onboard LEDs to create different lighting effects. You can even use it as a security camera. The possibilities are really endless with this device. Finally, we have these open-ear earbuds from Bose. These are called the Bose Open Earbuds, and they sound absolutely incredible. These have Bose's new audio boost technology, which basically uses microphones to pick up ambient noise and then amplify it, so I can hear everything going on around me loud and clear. Now, these earbuds are a little bit bigger than usual, but that's because they have custom audio drivers built in. These are 25% larger than the previous generation. They also have active noise-canceling technology. So if you do want to block out ambient noise, you can do that too. You can even adjust the amount of ANC. So for example, if you're on a plane, you can crank up the ANC to block out the engine noise. But if you're on a walk, you may not want to block out all the sounds. Maybe you want to hear a car coming your way. In that case, you can reduce the ANC, so you can still hear your surroundings. Another cool feature is that these earbuds work with the Find My app. So if you lose one, you can use the Find My app to locate it. Of course, these are also water resistant. They have touch controls on each earbud, so you can play, pause, or change the volume on either one. And battery life is pretty good. This gets you up to 10 hours with ANC turned on, and then up to 16 hours if you have ANC turned off. So that wraps up our best new gadgets. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. As always, I'll see you in the next one.